Before I start today's video, I ask you to please not send any hate towards Jimin, Mina, AOA, Hwa-young, Hwa-young, T-ara, or anyone else mentioned in this video. This video is simply reporting on recent bullying allegations that have been made and opening up the discussion of bullying in the K-pop industry. I left some links down below, but I highly recommend you do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories. And if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. Recently, social media has been in a frenzy with the current bullying allegations within AOA. Due to this, other bullying scandals from the past have been resurfaced and brought back for discussion. But before we get into that, let's do a quick rundown on who AOA were. AOA, also known as Ace of Angels, was an 8-member girl group who debuted under FNC Entertainment in 2012. Their claim to fame was their hit song Miniskirt, which also earned them their first win. The girls' popularity soared after Miniskirt and had successful comeback after comeback with songs like Short Hair and Like a Cat. Even with the height of their success, all good things come to an end. In 2016, member Hwa-young left the group after her contract expired with FNC, and this kind of caused a ripple effect within AOA losing members over time. Choi, one of the more popular members, unexpectedly left the group in 2017 due to some health issues. In 2019, it was announced that Mina would be abruptly leaving the group to, quote, follow her dreams, and her contract with FNC was terminated. Which brings us to present day 2020, when FNC announced that Jimin has left the group and the entertainment industry entirely due to the recent bullying allegations. On July 3rd of 2020, former AOA member Mina shared on Instagram a threatening message she received and shared her painful experience being a member of AOA. In her caption, she opened up about the time of her father's passing. Her father was diagnosed with late-stage pancreatic cancer and shared that due to the overwhelming circumstance, she couldn't help but give in to her emotions and cried in the waiting room. One of the Onnis came up to her and told her she was ruining the mood for everyone and to not cry as she dragged her into the closet of a waiting room. She told the unnamed Onni how scared she was at the thought of her father passing, but her feelings weren't well received. She recalled another incident during the same time that, because they rode in the same car, she was given sedatives and sleeping pills to put her to sleep during the ride. With the constant pressure of her trying to do well with her AOA activities, the bullying, and her father's diagnosis, she broke down and attempted. Her caption read, "To be honest, I really didn't want to leave AOA, but because of one person who hated me, I was bullied for 10 years, and by the end, I was so angry that I wanted to curse at her just once. In the end, I gave up on AOA." Recently, her father passed away. My heart ached, and I felt strange because I knew what that feels like. I went to the funeral hall, and as soon as she saw me, she cried and apologized. I felt so empty, and my heart crumbled. It felt like everything had emptied out. All of my resentment disappeared, and everything felt okay. Because of the mention that one of the older members' fathers recently passed away, netizens were quick to connect the dots and assumed it was AOA's leader, Jimin. Following up Mina's Instagram post, Jimin took to her Instagram as well and posted a story with the black screen and the word fiction. Mina rebutted on yet another Instagram post and said, "I've only said one out of the trillion things that exist. Try saying it's fiction. There are witnesses and evidence. There are so many that it would be bothersome to write them all down. But to say this is fiction, if you had a conscience, why did you delete it?" In Mina's next post, she shared a picture of her scarred wrist and finally called out Jimin by her name. She further explained that she has gone through several rounds of scar treatment and has no plans of suing Jimin because of lack of money and psychological trauma. She also goes more in depth about her painful experience and the dangerous measures she took to end her suffering. Mina said during those years she did go to FNC and tell her situation with Jimin and the trauma it's caused to her company, but they didn't take much action. They simply terminated Mina's contract and told fans and the public that she left to go out to follow her dreams, which we now know wasn't true. On July 4th, the day after Mina shared her detailed Instagram post, both FNC Entertainment and Jimin released their public apologies. Here's what FNC had to say. This is FNC Entertainment. First, we would like to apologize for causing concern to many people through the events related to Jimin that have been unfolding recently. From this moment forth, Jimin has decided to leave AOA and halt all of her activities in the entertainment industry. Additionally, our agency accepts responsibility for the entire situation, and we will put our full focus on managing our artists. Once again, we apologize for causing concern through these unfortunate matters. Jimin's Instagram post reads as follows. I can't express everything in a short post, but I am very, very sorry. I was lacking as a leader and I did wrong. As I carry this regret and sense of guilt, I realized that I did not understand Mina well during the time we spent together, and I did not look around me carefully. Yesterday, I cried and apologized and cried again. However, I realized that the emotion that Mina has built up about me over time cannot be easily resolved, so I am very sorry. When I was younger, I believed that our team should only show our good sides to our staff and the world. That's how I thought during my early 20s. But I realize now that I was lacking a humane side as a leader to lead a team in such a manner. I'm sorry for causing controversy, and I'm sorry for writing a statement that is all over the place. More than anything else, I am sincerely sorry to Mina and the members who spent a lot of effort for the two of us. That same day, Mina went back on Instagram and informed everyone that AOA members, the managers, and Jimin herself visited her. But before she detailed the encounter, she apologized to her followers and the public for causing concern. This is what Mina had to say. At first, Jimin came in angry, and I was in disbelief. I asked her with an expression of someone who was here to apologize. After arguing, she asked where the knives were, and if it would be enough if she died. Eventually, we sat down and talked, and she said she didn't remember what happened. In her mind, we resolved everything at the funeral. But it was a funeral, and at least for that day, I was there to comfort her. That day, we comforted each other, so from her point of view, I see how she might have thought that way. But how can you resolve 11 years of pain in a single day? On July 9th, Mina made her first post since the bullying scandal was brought to light. She thanked everyone for the love and support she's received in the past few days, and informed us that she is receiving treatment and is on the path to recovery. Following the aftermath of the scandal, a witch hunt for Jimin ensued. Netizens started to look back at the past interactions between the two and trying to find any evidence themselves of those so-called monstrous actions. Articles, compilations, and threads were made accounting questionable interactions between Jimin and Mina. FNC canceled AOA's appearance for an upcoming schedule. Jimin started losing followers on all her platforms. The internet brought back old clips from Unpretty Rap Star where rapper Jessie dissed Jimin. And even fans started weighing in message boards revealing encounters they witnessed. A fan of AOA, and specifically Mina, shared an encounter where the OP always brought gifts for Mina during a fan meeting. Sometimes I would bring gifts for Mina and I would see Jimin wearing the gift I gave to Mina. I would ask Jimin, "Why are you wearing the gift I brought for Mina?" Allegedly, she replied, "Sorry, I won't steal Mina's gifts." Former AOA member Hwa-young also made an ambiguous post on her Instagram that alluded to her being bullied by someone in AOA as well. And of course, the public took notice. AOA was a girl group that slowly rose to fame and had hit comeback after comeback. But being a veteran girl group and having countless new groups debut every year, their popularity declined and the public started to move on. It's no lie that AOA has been standing on their last leg since members have left throughout the years and they haven't had what some would say an iconic song in years. For many fans, Queendom was their last attempt for success, and I feel like it did work. But now with the bullying allegations and the 4 members left, could we possibly be looking at the end of AOA? And to try to answer that question that's been hanging over everyone's head, I think many of us who have been fans of K-pop since second generation or earlier recall a similar scandal that played out all too familiar. T-ara was once amongst the ranks of some of the most popular girl groups at the time, like 21, Brown Eyed Girls, and Girls' Generation. The girls debuted in 2009 under MBK Entertainment. T-ara started off as a 6-member girl group, which would later change to 7 once Hwa-young joined the group a year later. The girls had a humble beginning being under a small label compared to big labels such as SM and YG Entertainment. It wasn't until their comeback Bo Peep Bo Peep where the girls started to get recognition. The single won 5 weekly #1 awards and even peaked at #4 on the Kan charts. T-ara could arguably be the biggest girl group at the time. The girls dominated in so many categories such as unbeatable digital sales, countless CFs, multiple acting gigs, and even ranked high in the beauty industry. The girls were no doubt at the peak of their career, up until the bullying allegations surfaced. In 2012, T-ara held their infamous Japan concert where Hwa-young performed one song due to her, quote, leg injury. After the concert was over, a few of the members made some subtle tweets that would soon launch a hate campaign towards the members. The girls tweeted about will and determination and how someone should be humble and given an applause for her acting. Soon after, Hwa-young and her twin sister Hwa-young also made some subtweets. The tweets of T-ara members were all deleted, but this caused netizens to suspect that there was inner conflict in the group and member Hwa-young was being bullied. The bullying controversy got way out of hand and MBK stayed in silence. 4 days after this incident, Hwa-young's contract was terminated and T-ara's activities were suspended. Both Hwa-young and the members of T-ara came forward and stated that the bullying allegations were made up and the rumors were started by netizens. So, during this time, similar to what is currently happening to AOA, netizens were trying to find any evidence online through interviews, shows, performances, to find any actions of bullying. The damage was done, their image was ruined, and T-ara were labeled as bullies. The girls lost a huge chunk of their massive fan base, and endorsement deals fell through. 5 years had passed since the bullying scandal hit T-ara. The girls were still making some hit songs like Sugar Free and So Crazy, but their popularity was never the same as it once was before the bullying allegations. In 2017, Hwa-young and her twin sister appeared on a Korean talk show called Taxi. The scandal resurfaced once again when Hwa-young tried to retell her side of the story. After the broadcast aired, a former T-ara staff member who also worked for them back in 2012 spoke up about the allegations. She was angered at the fact that Hwa-young and her sister were painting themselves as, quote, victims in the situation. Soon after, Dispatch interviewed staff members who witnessed everything back in 2012. There, they timelined everything leading up to the day Hwa-young left the group. To quickly summarize the timeline, 2 days prior to the Japan concert, Hwa-young twisted her ankle backstage at Music Core. She went to the hospital accompanied by her manager to get an x-ray and was told nothing was wrong. The next day, T-ara were scheduled to leave for their upcoming Japan concert. Their manager went to go pick up Hwa-young and she came out wearing a cast. The manager asked her what happened and Hwa-young said she went to a different hospital with her father and that's where they gave her a cast. She got into the car and told her manager that she could walk and took it off. However, when they got to the airport, Hwa-young knew that there would be reporters and she demanded someone get her a wheelchair. And here's where we get the infamous wheelchair airport photos. After they got to the airport, she headed to the hotel while the rest of the members headed to the concert hall. Allegedly, Hwa-young told the staff she wouldn't be able to perform, so she would just rest at the hotel and get her nails done. It was during this time that T-ara began practicing their new choreography formation because of Hwa-young's absence. The concert officials told Dispatch, they changed formations for approximately 22 songs. Not only the members, the sound system, lighting, and other staff had a hard time as well. The rehearsal went on for approximately 8 hours. The next day, Hwa-young apologized at a press conference for her lack of appearance at the concert. Allegedly, 2 days after the concert, T-ara were getting ready backstage for their music bank schedule, and this is where things got really ugly. According to one of the staff members who were there at the time, they said that one of the members tried to mediate the situation between Hwa-young and the rest of the T-ara members. The staff thought that after the interaction, everything was resolved, and it really did seem like it was. But just an hour before the girls were about to perform, one of the members, Adam, received some disturbing and threatening messages from Hwa-young's sister Hwa-young. At the time, Hwa-young's sister did not know that the girls already resolved their issues backstage when she interjected herself in the group's affairs, and it ultimately made things worse for both parties. In 2018, former MBK CEO finally spoke out about the scandal 6 years later. He confessed that he should have handled the situation differently. 1 month after the bullying scandal was finally set to rest, members Boram and Soyeon would be parting ways with the company. The group continued as four and released their last hit, What's My Name? After 5 years of the group not receiving any music show awards, T-ara won first place on the show. In 2018, the remaining 4 members announced they would be leaving MBK after 10 years of being with the company. The T-ara scandal happened almost a decade ago, but we are seeing similar actions and accounts taking place with AOA and FNC Entertainment. We can choose to see and think about the bad, but we can look at it from a different angle and see that AOA might still have a chance to succeed, even after it looks like it could be the end. T-ara were able to come back from their names being slandered for years, to later winning award shows again and sticking together and leaving the company. These are not the only bullying accusations out there. Throughout the years, idols and trainees have been accused of bullying in their past. Whether they're true or not, I can't tell you for certain. Back in 2019, a YouTube channel called Asian Boss took to the streets of Korea and asked the question, should K-pop stars be punished for their past bullying? They did a good job at surveying the streets, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this question. Should K-pop idols be punished for their past bullying? I left the link to the video in the description, so if you want to watch the full thing, it's in there. What I don't find shocking is that at the end of the day, it started to look like all the companies are alike. They only care for themselves and dismiss the allegations and issues going on, and it seems like a common practice just to terminate the contracts. The T-ara scandal happened almost a decade ago, but we are seeing similar actions and accounts taking place. I think FNC, us as fans, and the public should take what we learned from the T-ara scandal and apply it to AOA. What I mean by that is MBK spoke out about the situation 6 years after the T-ara scandal happened, and they admit that they should have handled the situation as soon as it was brought to their attention. But due to their neglect, they terminated Hwa-young's contract and swept it under the rug. For us fans and netizens, I see the hate campaigns and the witch hunt out for Jimin, and although I do not agree with her alleged actions, I don't think it's necessary to put out more hate into the world, especially when there is a lot of cherry picking going on. For example, the whole Jessie unpretty rap star clips. The same thing happened with T-ara when netizens started to cherry pick clips, pictures, and make compilations of these alleged bullying actions. But I don't know, that's currently where I stand on the situation. History repeats itself. I feel like we've all heard that phrase at least once. Like the quote, we are seeing it happen right before our eyes almost a decade later. Bullying is already a huge issue in Korea and all over the world. It's a sensitive topic, and I know some of you may have been affected or are currently being affected, and my heart goes out to you. I really hope that Mina's doing well and gets the proper care and attention she needs. And I hope Jimin will take the opportunity from her leaving the industry to sort of reflect on her past actions. I know today's video revolved around a really heavy topic, so I left the number for the national hotline at the top of the description. So that's where we're gonna end today's video. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.
Wildest dreams, a vibrant magic.